Welcome back. This is a video in follow-up to my last video of bad AI prompts, and I've been having more fun. So let me show you what I'm doing right now. I've been researching the best foods you can eat in your 50s for a long retirement. That was the prompt that I gave it. Research the best foods in your 50s for a long retirement. And it came in here and gave me the top 50, which all of us have probably heard. Foods to limit after 50 were the ones I specifically wanted to focus on. Limit red and processed meats, avoid high sugars, refined carbohydrates, reduce saturated fats. Great. So then it gave me a few more things. And then I said, well, keto diets have been reportedly healthy because keto diets are more meat heavy. Find this information, and then I accidentally hit enter before it got, and I wanted to revise the list, but it went out and it researched. It said, well, keto diets, again, heavy on the meats, are good for weight management, blood sugar and diabetes, cognitive health, longevity and cellular health, all these great benefits. And it has some nutritional deficiencies, etc., etc. But keto diet can support longevity and health in people over 50, especially for those facing metabolic syndrome, diabetes, seeking weight loss, etc. Then I wanted to go a little bit further. It said I wanted to tell it there's evidence that saturated fats may provide health benefits that and are not the source of high LDL cholesterol. Include this information and revise the foods to limit after 50 list. Okay, so if you remember first it was high meat, saturated fats, carbohydrates. Now we're at highly processed foods, processed meats, add sugar and refined grains. Trans fats emphasize food quality. So I thought, well, what if we take this a little bit further? The food industry rebuts claims that highly processed foods and refined grains are unhealthy. Find this information and revise the foods to limit list. So I'm basically just coming in here and I'm picking out the items that they're saying are bad. Highly processed foods, refined grains, and I'm only picking a couple just to see what it'll do. So then it comes back with there's a growing rebuttal from the food industry and some nutrition scientists that argue that not all processed foods and refined grains are detrimental to health, and some can play a positive role in a balanced diet. The very thing that I was just told was bad for me is now possibly good. And this is from pmc.mci.nih. This is the National Institution of Health that we're getting this information from. Refined grains are not categorically unhealthy. Nutrient contributions. Revised food to limit after 50 list. Again, the second revision. You'll notice that we're not now talking about specific things. We're talking about minimize ultra-processed foods, high in sugar, unhealthy fats and sodiums, nutrient-poor indulgent processed foods, and refined grains. Well, now we're really kind of getting offhand, but I figured that I would show you a follow-up prompt just to see what I can get away with in this. There is research showing that healthy sugars sugars provide health benefits and candies are not bad for diet. Include this information and revise the foods to avoid list. Let's see what that does for us. It's doing a little bit more research now. It's actually going out and searching these informations. It's searching these different types of sources. There is some supportive research and industry commentary asserting that both natural and added sugars, including those found in processed candies, can have benefit when consumed in moderation as part of a healthy diet. Healthy sugars provide benefits. Okay, I can give you that. Sugars is quick energy. Sure. Moderation and mental health. Sugar is linked with a temporary mood elevation and emotional comfort by stimulating brain chemistry linked to happiness. One reason that comfort foods like candy are emotionally appealing. Interesting. Processed candies and diets. Studies and expert commentary point out that moderate consumption of processed candies or sweets, especially when calories are balanced and other nutrients are adequate, does not negate the benefits of an otherwise healthy diet. Okay, So foods to avoid: no need to eliminate added sugar, candy. Emphasize balance, still limit excess. You'll notice we've gone from a very specific items of you've got to avoid these to anything in moderation is okay. And candidly, that's probably okay. That's probably good advice. But you can see how quickly an AI-based search can be manipulated to take you from something that may be factual, or honestly, it may not have started out all that factual to begin with, and go to the entire opposite end of the scale. This is critical, a critical visual example of how your prompts matter. What I'm finding is the AI model that I'm using here, Perplexity, believes the person giving it the inputs. It takes what you put in as factual, and then it tries to build its assumptions based on that and provide output based on that. If your input is garbage, the output is probably not going to be much better. So the key takeaway here is make sure that you have a factual knowledge of the subject you're researching. If you don't, you're going to have to do a lot more research. Then when you're giving Perplexity the prompts are key. The prompts are what it's doing the search on. It's not like Google where you type in a search and it goes out and brings a bunch of information. This is going to go out and try to build a factual, or at least build a basis, build some sort of an argument based on your original input. If your original input is faulty, chances are you're going to get a pretty bad output. So input is key, your prompts are key, and directing it to good sources is also going to be another key. The AI tools are amazing. Make sure, though, that you understand how they work and that you're giving them a good direction and not trusting them entirely to run on their own. With that, you'll be able to get better results. Otherwise, you might get something horrible that is not reliable at all. Anyway, I hope this is helpful to you. If it is, give us a like down below. If you'd like to see more like this, consider subscribing to the channel. And if you know someone this may help, please do share. Thanks for being here. We'll see you on the next one.